Hi, I'm Emmanuel and welcome to another Friday Fast 5 and welcome to part 4 of my series where I am featuring the banknotes I have for every country in the world. And today we are starting with Barbados. Let's go to the country profile. Barbados. Barbados is a Caribbean island nation. So let's have a look at the flag. The flag is has 3 horizontal stripes, dark blue and yellow in the middle, with a trident in the middle of the yellow. A really cool looking flag. It has a bird and a fish on its coat of arms, and it is in the Caribbean, so it is the easternmost island in the Caribbean, I believe, just north of Venezuela and to the far east of Cuba and the United States. Since 1973, Barbados has issued their dollar. Prior to 1973, they had the dollar as well, but it was issued in the 1940s. So let's have a look here very quickly at the ones from the 1930s and 40s. This series I do not have because the prices are beyond my budget for this collection. This is a $2 note. It is a polymer note featuring John Redmond Bovell on the front, Central Bank of Barbados, the clear window over here, serial number $2, and the Trident of Barbados. Very cool note. I love the bright blue. Let's look on the backside. And the backside features a windmill. The same theme over here, and we have an outline of the island of Barbados. Very cool. Let's see if there is any UV on reactive. Look at the top. We have a 2, and all of the top lights up very brightly in UV. The trident is outlined over here, which is cool. I didn't notice the trident over here, as well as the trident on the chest of the gentleman and on the bottom over here as well. That is really, really, really cool. And let's look at the backside. And in the backside, we have the coastline of Barbados and the words over here, part of their national anthem, most likely, that are also UV reflective. Cool. Now let's move to Belarus. Let's go to the country profile. Belarus. The Republic of Belarus is in Eastern Europe, and their flag is a red and green flag with a traditional design on the hoist side of the flag. The top 2/3 is red, the bottom third is green. And here is its emblem. I think it has some wheat sheaves and some flowers. Very cool looking. And Belarus is located in Europe. Over here, it is immediately to the west of Russia, to the north of Ukraine, to the east of Poland, and to the south of Latvia and Lithuania. There are 3 series of notes from Belarus since they've issued their notes in 1992. Prior to 1992, they used the Soviet ruble. And so they have the first ruble, which I have. They moved on in 2000 and to 2016, they moved to the second ruble, which I also have. And then after 2016, they moved to the third ruble, which I do not yet have in my collection. As mentioned, I don't have the most recent circulating money, most likely because of the war in Ukraine and sanctions against Belarus as supporting the Russian invasion of Ukraine. But let's look at this one over here on top. This one is 1,000 rubles from the first ruble of Belarus. Blues, greens, purples, and pinks. Very nice. A building on the front. Let's have a look off camera for the watermark. and the watermark features a geometric pattern. Let's have a look at the back. Pinks and blues. This one is dated 1998. Very, very cool. We'll have a look at this one under fluorescent, under UV light, after we look at the second ruble. This is 500 rubles, and it has a monument on the front over here. The watermark, you can clearly see the watermark here is a building. Yep, it is a building. It has a security thread through here and some geometric designs on either side. The number 500 printed on the bottom and on the top over here. And on the back, another building. I can't read Belarusian. This one is dated 2000 down here. Very, very cool. So let's have a look at how these react to UV light. All right, let's look at the top one. It does have some security threads, very clearly marked. And the bottom one, yes, it has a big 500 that jumps out at you here. The security thread is very reflective as well. And whereas this one has only one color, these light colored threads, this one does have red and blue and yellow threads, it looks like. Very, very cool. Let's have a look at the back side of the notes to see if there's anything different. Yeah, you could see the threads on this one, and on this one, the threads as well. Anything else jumps out? Not really. That is awesome. Next, we have Belgium. Belgium. Belgium is a European kingdom in northwestern Europe. Here is its flag. It is a tricolor of black, yellow, and red. And it is a kingdom. It has a king. And the coat of arms of Belgium is over here with a golden lion on a black field. Really, really cool looking coat of arms. And as you can see here, it's just north of France and east of Germany, south of the Netherlands, and in dark green on this map. Belgium uses the franc, the Belgian franc, and up to 2001, whereupon they changed over to the euro. Let's look at this note. This is a circulated note. Very well circulated note. It features the king and the queen. And it is a 50 franc note from Belgium. The watermark off to the side looks like this gentleman, but facing the other way, and more like the design you would find on a coin in terms of an obverse. This is dated 1966. Oranges, light browns, and greens. And let's look at the other side. And 50 francs. In French on this side, in German on the other side. And this says the treasury of Belgium on this side. Very, very cool. Let's see how this one reacts to UV. Nothing evident. This is an earlier note from 1966, so I'd be surprised. I mean, there is something over here, like a little thread maybe. Maybe it has some UV threads, a few spots over there. Let's look at the back of the note. No real features that jump out. Next, we're going from Belgium to Belize. Belize. Belize is a country in Central America. Prior to getting renamed to Belize, it was known as British Honduras. And here's its flag. It is a tricolor of red, blue, and red, with very thin red borders on the top and the bottom, with the coat of arms that you can see over here on the right in the center of the flag. Belize is located in Central America to the east of Mexico and Guatemala. Belize, up to 1973, was known as British Honduras. And I don't have any of those notes. They are quite expensive and will not form part of my collection. However, as of 1973, they did issue the Belize dollar, and that is the currency in use to date. All right, let's have a look at this note. Features Queen Elizabeth. It has oranges and yellows and light blues and purples. We have some fish in the background here. We can see a security thread. The serial number in increasing font size. And an Aztec stela, I think. The Aztecs were here in Belize. Very cool. $2 note, of course. And on the other side, we have some Maya ruins. So the Maya, this is a Maya stone, not an Aztec stone. I get my indigenous peoples of Central and South America confused. I apologize. Very, very cool. Let's see how this one reacts under UV light. Well, we have the UV reactive threads as well as a bird here. It looks like a wading bird and a fish as well, which is cool. And of course, the square that says $2 over there. The serial number on the side here is also fluoresces under UV light. Let's look at the back side. The whole middle of section glows, and we can see the security thread glows as well from the back side. And we have the security threads as well. That is awesome. Next, we have Bermuda. Let's go to the country profile. Bermuda. Bermuda is a British overseas territory in the North Atlantic. It is not part of the Caribbean. It is in the middle of the Atlantic. And here is its flag. On the hoist side, it has the British Union Jack, and it has a red field with the coat of arms on the left, the right side of the flag. Here is the coat of arms. And here is where Bermuda is located. Here is the United States, and it's right off of the east coast of the United States. Bermuda, being a British overseas territory, used the pound sterling up to 1970. I don't have any of these notes. They are quite expensive to collect. However, as of 1970, they do use the Bermuda dollar. We have another blue vertical note from Bermuda. Beautiful bird on top over here. It is dated 2009, and this is, well, it's a blue bird. You have a bust of Queen Elizabeth II and the increasing sized serial number, some flowers in the back, and a foil, a transparent foil that's added here. You can see my fingers just through it, just barely. You have boats under sail in the background, another flower over here, most likely aligns with the flowers over here if you were to fold the bill, and a butterfly on this side. Very cool. Let's look at the back side. And we have Poseidon here, or Neptune, with his trident, and a church bell tower and some historical buildings over here. And again, the butterfly on this side again, and the security strip over here. So this security strip has a transparent window on this side. This seems to be polymer, but the note itself is a paper note. Very cool. This is what is it's a clock tower dockyard. Very, very cool. So let's see how this note reacts under UV. Well, we have the box 2 that jumps out right there. I really like this design. And you can see the security strip on either side of the security strip says the BMA, or the Bermuda Monetary Authority. The serial number over here, and this one as well, also react to UV. You can see changing from black to green. Very, very cool. Let's have a look at the back side. Oh, look at those strips. They really jump out at you. And we have, of course, the compass over here, which bleeds over to this side. Again, this is a counterfeiting measure where if you fold the note, or if you have two notes, they should line up perfectly. Very, very cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed this series today. Join me next week for part 5 of my world currency collection. Until next time, thanks for watching.